Is it evil when black people are beginning to make money and having business relationships with the government?
Mr. Mapomba, how do you define black empowerment within this Zimbabwean context?
Black empowerment for me speaks to preferential procurement of goods and services from a particular group of people that have been disenfranchised in the past. That speaks to the black African indigenous community. The Smith regime had a white preferential procurement. We up to date, we don't know who built the road between Bulawayo and Harare. We never saw the tender. We don't know who built Harare as a city. We don't know who built the Kariba Dam. We don't know who built the Wanki Colliery. All the infrastructure that we are inheriting, we don't have the contracts as to who was building those. But I will beg for you to correct me if you would find any black contractor that was involved in those contracts. The answer is no. It's white-based economic empowerment, where the Smith regime empowered others, white citizens, both local and multinationals, to benefit from the government coffers. So when you're talking about black empowerment in our season, is it evil when black people are beginning to make money and having business relationships with the government? Or we have been told that when a black man is doing a relationship with the government, then it's corrupt. But when Smith was doing it with the white people, then it was business. Who was supplying the aeroplanes for the Smith regime? Who was bringing ammunition to the country? The white companies. And it was not evil, but it was oppressing you. Now black people are into power. We must have black people owning the retail business, owning the petroleum business, owning the medical business, owning the farming business, owning the construction business, owning the IT space. And these services by black people must feed from the government and run their businesses. That's how governments run around the world. The Chinese do business with Chinese. The British are doing business with the British. Americans are doing business with Americans. You don't have a Zimbabwean person supplying goods into American businesses and into American government. You preferentially procure your goods and services from those that are patriotic to the ideologies of the system. You empower them because their influence financially helps you on a political agenda. So it's a relationship between politics and economics. But that must become preferential. Deliberately choose a Zimbabwean businessman to do business with them.
So where does the youth component fit in the war matrix?
Go to school as young people, but your problem is you're obsessed. We are obsessed with neocolonialism ideologies. Find out where the government machinery is going. Position yourself into those resources. And many young people are complaining about land this. I came back into the country, I never received no land. I went back to my ancestral land, my grandfather's farm. I found the trees are growing on the fields. I took the land that was readily available and I'm utilizing that. So tell me, all of you young people, you don't have your father's land? You don't have your grandfather's land? You don't have Kumusha, Kwagava? If you go back to those villages and look at the amount of land that you have, from fields to houses to grazing land, that is underutilized. 60% of this country is underutilized. We cannot always be talking about having land as unlocking resources, because when you go to the land, do you have the enough finances to do that? So how do you tap into that as young people? Firstly, identify your resources, readily available resources. You don't need to spend the money on. Align yourself with the national development plan and strategy of the government. Then begin to collect even free gifts from the government, including seeds, fertilizers, cattle, fish, which are for free from your government. Because as long as you work with this opposition mindset that says the government is working against us, you never realize the opportunities that are available. All the people in the villages are benefiting from the government. You don't see opportunities because your minds are bogged down with negativity. Even when opportunities are there, who has thought about putting a canteen for food at Mbuzi so that the contractors can buy food from you? Who thinks about even harnessing the opportunities that are available? You politic yourself out of wealth. And poverty becomes your password.